everyone, welcome back to my channel where I help people with insomnia who have tried pretty much everything and haven't been able to get more sleep, and they still are stuck. Because I've been at that place too, and I want to help you break the insomnia cycle and to start getting more sleep. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the biggest mistakes that you can make when you have insomnia. And I made pretty much every mistake that you can make, so I have been there too. And the only way that we're going to be able to get more sleep is when we learn from those mistakes and we learn better habits, better ways of approaching our insomnia and our sleeplessness. And as you can see from the title, it says insomnia mistake number 1. That is because I'm going to have future mistake videos. I'm going to have whole series of them that you can just binge watch through and go to each one. So let's start off with number 1. Okay, so what mistake are we going to talk about today? Resistance. Yep, that's right. The more we resist being awake, the more we resist the sleep anxiety, the racing mind, and any other symptom or anything else that you experience with the insomnia, the longer it's going to last, the stronger it's going to be. And that's what we don't want. The more we resist it, the worse it's going to get. Remember, what we resist persists. This applies so well to insomnia. So let's start off talking about why resistance makes things worse. Why resistance will amplify the sleep anxiety and keep you awake longer. We have to first off remember we can't control our sleep. The more we try to control it, the worse off we're going to be, because it's not going to work, because we can't control sleep, and it's going to cause us to feel more frustrated, more worried, feel more broken, and just be more stressed at night, which is not going to lead to more sleep. Plus, if you have watched any of my previous videos, almost every single one, I talk about how your brain thinks there is danger. Anytime we fear something and we try to escape it, our brain thinks there's danger. I'm not going to go into super detail here because I have in many videos in the past, almost any video in the past, you can watch it and you will learn in detail. So go ahead and watch a previous video if you want to learn that. If not, let's continue on. We're fearing sleeplessness and we're trying to escape it, which is keeping us awake. What do we do when we fear and we're trying to escape something? Or we fear something, I should say. We're trying to resist it. We're awake at night. This is not okay. I'm going to take a pill. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And all these different strategies that you try to apply to make yourself sleep, which is only leaving you even more stressed out. And it's causing your brain to think that there is danger. Not only that, when you have sleep anxiety, which is like a message from the brain when there's danger, if we're trying to resist the sleep anxiety, we're trying to ignore it. This goes for general anxiety as well. We're trying to push it away and resist it. Your brain thinks you're not listening. Hello, I'm trying to get you to react because there's danger, and we're ignoring it, resisting it. We're not listening. So the brain's going to amplify things. It's going to increase the strength. It's going to feel more intense and last longer because we're resisting it. Your brain wants to send these messages to you. So that's just a brief overview of insomnia, what's happening, and how resistance is actually preventing you from getting more sleep. Now, before I move on to the tips that I have for you, because it is possible to let go and not resist as strongly so that you can get more sleep. Before I move on, I have a free Insomnia Crash Course. There's a link in the description box. It's going to really help you learn a step-by-step approach to overcoming insomnia and go even deeper. And I highly recommend it. It's free. Go ahead, click the link in the description box. So let's go ahead and move on to the tips. We can't change what we aren't aware of. Inside my program and with my clients, we work a lot on discovering what ways that we're resisting sleeplessness. We're discovering what kind of fear-based thoughts and limiting beliefs and all these things that we're doing. We're discovering there's so many things inside the program, but today we're just focusing on ways that you are resisting sleeplessness or the sleep anxiety or a racing mind or whatever it is that you are feeling. The only way that we're going to get through this or get past the sleep anxiety and the sleeplessness is to go through it. That is a famous saying. I don't remember by whom. But we need to discover what ways you are resisting sleeplessness so that we know what we need to work on. So all you need to do is get a piece of paper out and start to list out everything that you can think of ways that you're resisting and fighting sleeplessness, the sleep anxiety, the racing mind, or whatever it is that you are really resisting. Write it all out. You will most likely, come up with more things in the future that you can add to the list. Just keep an ongoing list. It really helps to know and understand what you're doing to resist and fight being awake. So you might be wondering, what are some ways that you are actually resisting sleeping? You've never really thought about this. This can be from things like sleeping pills, supplements, meditations, hypnosis, trying to make sure you have the perfect bedtime routine. That is a way to resist it. That's really a way you're trying to control it. But you're resisting being awake. You're trying to make sure you're not being awake. That's an easy way to look at it. It could be, I don't know, I already mentioned meditations. It could be like drinking sleepy time tea, listening to binaural beats or whatever they're called. I used to try those. CBD oil. Some people try to use marijuana to get to sleep, which I don't recommend. Anything that has the intent of trying to make yourself sleep is resisting being awake at night. And yes, I know we don't want to be awake at night. We don't want to just allow it, but it's the only way to get past insomnia and to teach your brain that you are safe. Because if you're not trying to escape something, then you are not in danger. So temporarily during this process, you do need to let go and stop trying to fight being awake and just allow and welcome it, even though it absolutely sucks and you can't change it in the moment. So you might as well make it a more peaceful experience. With time and consistency, this is what's going to teach your brain that you are safe and you're going to get more sleep with time. Now, one thing that can be tricky is letting go of all these ways that we are resisting being awake is technically a way of resisting being awake. Let me explain. If we're like, okay, I need to stop taking this supplement that claims to help you with sleep because I'm resisting sleep. It's a way of resisting being awake, I should say. So I'm going to stop it because I need to get more sleep. I need to let go of all these ways that I'm resisting being awake so that I can be asleep, so I can get more sleep. See how tricky that can be? Anything can almost be turned into a sleep effort or a way that we're resisting being awake. So what do? You're not doing the right thing if you're taking the supplement, and it's also not good to just let go of it to try to get more sleep. Like, there's no win, right? There's no right way to do this. So the way we approach it in my program and with my clients is it's coming from a place of these supplements, all these ways that I'm resisting being awake are only creating more stress. They're only creating more frustration, and they're not helping me sleep. So what's the point? What is the point of taking them? I might as well save my money and not spending on all these things that are only creating more stress in my life and just let them go because there's no point. That is a much better approach. You're not approaching it to make yourself sleep. You're approaching it because in a way that you're creating more peace at night. It's not helping you in any way. It's not really helping you sleep. So what's the point? Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend just eliminating all the sleep efforts at once. Sleep efforts is just anything with the intent of trying to make yourself sleep, which in the end is a way of resisting being awake. So what do? I recommend one at a time when you feel ready, because it might be too stressful, cause an increase in your anxiety to just let go of everything. That's really hard. If you feel ready and you are up to it, go ahead by all means. Just know that you might lose a little more sleep in the beginning because you're going to be focused on your sleep, what's going to happen, When am I going to sleep again? There's going to be all this focus on you and your sleep because you went off all the efforts all at once. So instead, it's best to go off one at a time when you are ready. Now, absolutely, you can still have the same reaction of losing sleep. You're focused on your reactions or what's going to happen as you go off the pills, when you stop using your CBD or magnesium spray or whatever it is that you're using. Am I going to sleep? Am I going to lose sleep? What's going to happen? Am I awake longer than I'm supposed to be? Shouldn't I be asleep by now? Like, all this stuff's going to be going through your mind, creating more stress and hyperarousal and keep you awake longer. But in the end, you'll end up sleeping more in the long run. But again, we're not eliminating these sleep efforts to make yourself sleep. We're eliminating them because they just don't work, and they only create more stress and frustration and make you feel more and more broken. Take your time with it. Maybe do one a week if that's what feels best for you, until you slowly eliminate them. And make sure you watch my other videos so you have strategies about what to do when you're awake, what to do when you have a racing mind, and all these different things. If you want a more detailed step-by-step approach, make sure you watch my free Insomnia Crash Course. The link is in my description box. Like I said, it's absolutely free. It's my gift to you. It's going to really help you to understand insomnia more and know what to do and how to eliminate these sleep efforts. So go check it out in the description box, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.